Hello, everyone. The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes, and like all of those episodes, it may contain spoilers, so consider yourself warned. If you like what you hear, head over to patreon.com/horrorqueers to listen to tons of bonus content. And now, without further ado, here's your exclusive Patreon clip.
We're having a fun topic today, everyone. We are going to be discussing the best horror sequences in non-horror films, which, I mean, this was a fun one to go through, Joe.
Yeah, this was interesting. So this was suggested to us by listener Andrew, and immediately I thought, this is going to be a cakewalk. You know, I'm going to be able to list a bunch right off the top of my head, and then I immediately drew a blank and had to go scouring the internet.
You know, and here's the thing, though. There are plenty of articles about this very, very topic. So, y'all, we are going to try to avoid the regular, like the ones you see in all these. So, for example, we're not going to talk about Large Marge and Pee-wee's Big Adventure. We're not going to talk about the tunnel scene in Willy Wonka or anything in Return to Oz. You know, these are things that people always talk about. So we tried to find some of our own that might help us out.
Yeah. I mean, when we do these minisodes on sort of popular listicle pieces, I just think it's a little bit, I don't want to say dull, but we're trying to give you something a little bit unique to us, as opposed to, oh, okay, we went over to Screen Rant, we grabbed the top 10 most popular ones, and then we divided between the two of us.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, though, my first 2 of 6 are kind of regulars, but I only picked them because they really, really did scare the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I feel like you've talked about one of these before, so Why don't you remind people about your issues with that Lord of the Rings movie? Yeah,
okay, good. So we did discuss this before, but yeah, honestly, and this is on a lot of these lists, but it is that scene in Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, when Bilbo, like, gets all evil and demonic when he sees the ring, and I mean, obviously, The Lord of the Rings is not a horror movie, but oh my god, did I jump out of my seat. Not just me, a lot of people jumped out of their seat when this scene happened in the movie.
Well, it's funny that you say it's not a horror film because, I mean, you're not incorrect, but obviously Peter Jackson has made a fair number of horror films, so he knows how to do these kinds of moments really, really well. My personal favorite in that film is actually when Galadriel gets tempted and she turns into like the Dark High Priestess, and I think that's a really scary moment. Even the race when they're chasing them into the water, like there's a lot of really scary moments, but you're absolutely right. Like Bilbo is a legitimately great jump scare.
It's because it's so unexpected. I mean, again, it's all about when you're walking into a certain movie, you know what genre you're getting, so you're not expecting a jump scare in this high level like fantasy film.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennet Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.
It was late in the afternoon when the professor and I took our way towards the east, whence I knew Jonathan was coming.
Jonathan Harker has asked me to note this, as he says he is hardly equal to the task, and he wants an exact record kept.
Dear Madam Mina, I have read your husband's so wonderful diary. Strange and terrible as it is true. I will pledge my life on it.
God preserve my sanity, for to this I am reduced. Safety and the assurance of safety are things of the past.
I am in hopes that I shall see more of you at Castle Dracula.
Listen to Regarding Dracula wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm.